So you want to be homophobic? Here, have a cookie. My best friend Jenna's dad, Patrick, is basically every stereotype you can think of when it comes to old Southern guys with terrible opinions. Racist, sexist, homophobic, you name it. And for years, he tolerated me being friends with his daughter because I kept my mouth shut about being queer. Like I had long hair back then and dressed pretty normal, so Patrick could just pretend that part of me didn't exist. I was the good influence on Jenna, the one who got straight A's and never caused trouble. He literally told her mom once that he wished Jenna was more like me. Then I cut my hair short right before senior year. Just a simple short haircut, nothing crazy. But Patrick lost his mind. He didn't say anything to my face because he's the type who only talks behind people's backs. But Jenna would come to school and tell me about his rants, how I was obviously trying to corrupt her, how my short hair was going to confuse her and make her want to kiss girls, how I was clearly trying to get in her pants every time I brought her lunch. For the record, I'm asexual. I literally have zero interest in anyone like that. I just wanted to be friends with my best friend. But Patrick kept going off on these rants to Jenna and the rest of his family, demanding she stop being friends with me, saying I was a bad influence, making up all these wild theories about my intentions. Jenna would come over to my house almost crying because her dad spent another hour yelling about me, and I'm sitting there thinking if he has a problem with me, he should say it to my face. Why is he taking this out on her? But here's the thing, I couldn't just confront him. I'm not a confrontational person at all. Plus, I knew if I said anything, he'd just use it as proof that I was the problem and put even more pressure on Jenna. So I got strategic. Jenna has 3 brothers. Her oldest brother Alex was always nice but kind of quiet. So I started asking him about his photography hobby, spent time looking at his pictures and actually caring about what he was doing. Her middle brother Marcus played Dungeons and Dragons, so I joined their campaign and became a regular at their game nights. Her youngest brother Tyler loved roasting people, so I matched his energy and we became friends through making fun of each other. Within like 6 months, all 3 of her brothers thought I was awesome. Then I started helping Jenna's mom Linda with stuff around the house, helping her carry groceries, fixing things that were broken, just being genuinely helpful. Now Patrick could rant all he wanted, but his own family was in my corner. They all liked me. They all thought Patrick was being ridiculous. Even though they agreed with some of his other backwards opinions, they weren't going to turn on me. But I still played it smart around Patrick. Every single time I was at their house and he was there, I was the most polite, well-spoken person you've ever met. Yes, sir. No, sir. Thank you for having me. I made sure he had absolutely nothing to use against me. Then his birthday rolled around in May of my senior year. I was taking culinary classes at school and we had free time in the kitchen during finals week. I remembered Jenna mentioning once that her dad loved these specific chocolate chip cookies from this fancy bakery like 40 minutes away. So I looked up a copycat recipe and spent an entire afternoon making 48 giant homemade chocolate chip cookies. I put them in this nice container with a ribbon and brought them to his birthday dinner. You should have seen Patrick's face when I handed them to him. He couldn't say thank you without looking like he was in physical pain. Because now what was he supposed to do? His wife loved me. All his kids loved me. I never gave him any real ammunition. And now I just made him 4 dozen of his favorite cookies from scratch for his birthday. If he said one more bad thing about me, he'd look like a complete jerk. Jenna told me later that her mom absolutely laid into him after his birthday. Apparently he made another comment about me and Linda went off. She told him he was being ridiculous and hateful and that I'd been nothing but kind to their entire family, that he needed to get over himself and stop trying to ruin his daughter's friendship over his own prejudice. Patrick hasn't said a word about me since. He still probably doesn't like me, but he can't do anything about it because how do you trash talk the person who made you cookies?